Hello, I'm Tiffany. Almost 2 years ago, my husband, me and our 2 children made the life-changing move to rural France, along with our 2 dogs, 3 horses and 2 guinea pigs. Since then, we have acquired more beautiful faces and many more experiences along the way. Welcome to my donkey story and adventures in rural France. Hello everybody, welcome to a spring floral demonstration from a barn in the deepest depths of the mystical and wonderful rural France. For today's demonstration, I'm going to be doing just literally some spring flowers with forest greenery, spring flowers that you can get in a shop. So we've gone for spring colours, nice and vibrant, just to make that difference to a room on those grey days and put a smile on people's faces if you're taking them round for dinner. To start with, you need string. This is definitely something that I think all florists would agree with me. We just couldn't live without. So I'm going to cut off a really, really long piece because we're not going to just plonk our flowers into a vase. We're actually going to do a hand tie. Before I start, I've conditioned the flowers. So I've just stripped the leaves halfway off the stem because once they go into your vase, you don't want the leaves sitting in the water. It can make the water go rotten and then the flowers don't last as long. So to start with, I'm just going to pick one from each bunch here. I've got my green here. I've gone for some forest fern, literally because it's long lasting and it's also a really nice bright green colour. So I thought it would just add nicely to the colours we're going for and also add a bit of depth and a little bit of floatiness as well. So I'll start off with my tulip here. And then I'm going to get my rose. I'm going to start just spiraling them around, as you can see here. So you end up with a spiral. And as soon as it gets a bit bigger, that's when I'm going to start just wrapping around my string whilst keep adding some of these. But always look at your bouquet at the top. Look at where it needs filling in as you're going. Oh, there goes a sunflower, a tulip. So you can see the spiral here is really beginning to take shape. And also on top, you're starting to get a nice little bunch, a nice little posy happening here. Greenery is normally a filler. So what I do first is start off with my main flowers. I haven't got as much greenery, so I'll use my main flowers. Then when it starts to take more of a shape, I'll then add my greenery to any bits where you think, oh, that needs filling in. So you just keep adding, keep turning your string. So everything below the string, as you can see here, needs to be clear. Keep spinning, keep adding. Okay, so here I have my, oh hello Fleur, I do have our new addition next to me here. She does like to chat away to me as well. She's really good company. So here I have a finished posy. Here, I'm just about to tie it off with the 2 ends of my string. So you're meant to hold one end out, wrap round with the longer end, and then wait to the other end so you can tie both ends off here. So I'll do that now. Quickly tie it off. You can also bring it round to make it tighter. So then you have your own tie point. And ideally that is where your flowers are going to sit in the neck of your vase. So here we go. A little posy. And after you've done that, if you just check all of your stems and pull off any greenery, because you know that's going to be sitting in the water, that will, if you can see, that will make the water rot and the flowers won't last as long. And as you can see, there's a spiral shape there and also at the top. And so it is different than to just sitting flowers in a vase, which is absolutely fine. This is just a different way that anyone can do, and it also keeps them in place as you put them in as well. So all I'm going to do now is cut the flowers. So here's my vase. To cut them to size, I do have something that I do. I think everyone probably does it differently. What I do, so the vase is to the edge, then I just bring the floral stems to the edge of the table, and I can see at which point I want them to sit. And they're actually quite short stems, so I'm not going to cut much off them. I actually think probably here would be quite a good one. And then at the table, just start cutting the base of your stems as to where you want them to go in the vase. Definitely need a secateurs for the fan. It is best to always cut them at an angle, which means they have a larger surface area to take in water. So, especially tulips, they do like, and roses, they really do drink a lot of water. That's done. So if you can see, I'm going to just pull the stems together and sit them straight in their vase. Really push them down. It's got quite a small neck, that vase, like so. So here you have your flowers already in a vase. Two more things we need to add, which is water, and just to finish it, a bow for the vase. So first, I'm going to do the water. What you do in a hand tie, if anything's hand tie, part your flowers in the middle and just very slowly pour your water in through it, and it should just go straight through to the middle of the vase without touching any of the floral heads, getting anything wet, which then could cause it to rot quicker. Always stop, take a look at your vase, think, do I need more water, less water? I definitely need more. I probably will use all of that. Yeah, flare the lambergris as well. If you have seen any of my other vlogs, you'll see why I have a pet lamb in here with me. So definitely go to my other vlogs. Live Rural France. It was Live Rural France with donkeys. I didn't know if that was too long, so I changed it to just Live Rural France. Right, so that's done. The flowers are in, they have their water, they have nice texture from the fern, nice bright colours. Now I need the last thing, which is the ribbon. I'm keeping this so simple. It's going to be simple yet effective. What I'm going to do is cut a long piece of ribbon without trying to break the flowers at the same time. So just measure it against your vase, how long for a normal size bow that you're going to do. Hold your finger at the end of one end that you're going to cut. Cut through your bow. I'm hoping my scissors do this actually, because I think I've blunted them when I've been out foraging with really thick green stems. Okay, choose a front to your vase. So always turn it round, think what makes a nice front, what makes a nice back. You can move them around. One thing I love about tulips, as they grow, as they get a little bit more older, they start to do this. And I really think they're at their most beautiful when they start to keel over and bend over and be a bit dramatic and a bit droopy. So let me see, what do I think could be the front of this? I have the front. So we're literally, because this vase here has got a nice thin neck, I'm just going to make sure I've got two equal tails, and then it's going to be a double knotted normal bow. I do double knot before I do a bow because it does tend to keep things tighter and in place more. So there's my two tails, and then up at the ends. But here we go. And here is your little spring vase. Anyone can do it. Remember to forage greenery. Go to your local woods, not your neighbour's garden. And, well, I don't do that anymore, I don't need to. I didn't do it anyway. Never take all of the greenery, always leave some. And obviously, if you're allowed to, just remember you can always forage greenery and lots of filler. Lots of filler. You can get your spring flowers from a florist, from a local shop, supermarket, anywhere. But there we go. A spring vase to brighten people's day.